Look, I really don't think I was prepared to see what I saw the other night in Las Vegas. That battle royale between the Frenchman and Scoot Henderson. Now, I know how to pronounce a man's name, Victor Wembanyama. See? It actually has me questioning whether or not the Indiana Pacers should actually tank this season. And this could be a hot take. Victor Wembanyama, he isn't welcome for the Indiana Pacers. This guy would be an absolute franchise killer if he came to Indiana. Now, before we get into the video, if you guys like today's video, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, because it allows me to get content to you like this way quicker. If the Indiana Pacers front office decides to tank, they're going to lose all credibility with the players. And you have that point guard in Tyrese Haliburton, the young guy in Bennedict Mathurin, Chris Duarte, Isaiah Jackson. Those guys are no longer going to want to be a part of the Pacers. So from now on, I don't want to hear about Victor Wembanyama. I don't want to hear about a proposed trade from Miles Turner. And I damn sure don't want to hear about Draymond Green coming to Indiana. But what I do want to talk about is the Indiana Pacers' first game against the Charlotte Hornets. Look, the boys got out to an excellent start, securing the lead halfway through the first and never looking back. Most impressively though, Indiana put on the clamps on Charlotte. They held them to just 97 points on shooting just 34.4% from the field, including just 9 for 43 from downtown. My man, that's 20.9% if you do the math. The second unit rotation of McConnell, Naismith, Mathurin, Taylor, Jackson, that surprised some people, including myself. I really thought O'Shea Brissett was projected to assume maybe a meaningful role off the bench at a minimum. Well, he was relegated to that third stringer duty. Both Gaga Batez and Daniel Theus also didn't play at all. It was really surprising to see Taylor and Naismith get thrown into fire as much as they did. Only one person in the starting lineup, a la Miles Turner, finished the game with an above plus-minus rating. The bench, they carried the squad through the entire game. Mathurin, Naismith, and Isaiah Jackson each had double figures. The latter two were the biggest standouts though, Naismith being the one lone player to drain more than a single tray. Jackson effortlessly collected 4 blocks. I knew this guy was something special. Meanwhile, you have my man TJ McConnell. He looked every bit of his usual self, racking up 6 dimes and of course a steal in just 14 minutes. Overall, Indiana was more than doubled Charlotte's 37 bench points with a total of 77. Look, it's no question that the Pacers have a talented starting 5, and they're going to make a ton of noise this coming season. The bench is going to have to do some heavy lifting though. With some more consistency, the second unit's performance in Charlotte could really signal a huge jump from last season's middling finish at 15th best scoring bench in the league. I can see the guys moving up a tick or two from that. And at number 3, the young fella in Bennedict Mathurin could be delivering on his promise to one day beat LeBron James. And his stint on the bench might not be that long-lived. He finished the game with 50 points on 50% shooting from the field as really the main option on the second unit. And of course, like with any young fella, you're going to have some rough edges, especially when you struggle from three-point land, like he did going 0 for 4. Now let's move on to game 2, where they went against the New York Knicks and got absolutely mollywopped. They were outscored in the second quarter, 46-23. The Knicks were getting anything and everything they wanted and forcing 0 turnovers in the moment. Indiana's struggles defensively, it didn't carry over to New York's side, with the home team holding the Pacers to just 5 of 23 shooting in that quarter, effectively shutting down the paint after Indiana used that to their advantage against the Charlotte Hornets. It wasn't all too bad though, because what came of light in the third quarter was a couple positives. They seemed to be a little bit more effective from the outside. Now, they did still score 52 points in the paint, so it wasn't that bad of a night getting in the inside. And on the outside, they hit their first 4 of the game, making it 13 total three-pointers. Haliburton had a pair of threes and a solid scoring night. My man finished with 20 points, 7 dimes, including a 6 for 6 night from the free throw line. Look, it was a failed attempt to recreate what happened from Monday to Wednesday, and that's okay. What is going to be crucial for this Indiana Pacers team is the consistency from Tyrese Haliburton. He has to put together game after game, being an effective presence on that court. What was surprising though was Miles Turner didn't really show up on the offensive side. He did make an impact elsewhere though, My man blocked 2 shots, pulling in 9 boards in the first half action. He led the team in rejections with Jackson and Duarte. Jackson finished with 6 points, 3 boards, while Duarte reached double figures with 11. Among all Pacers that night, Duarte was perhaps the most active and impressive, involving himself in almost every aspect of that game. The 131 points allowed was far more in line with what Indiana was doing towards the end of last season versus what they managed to do against Charlotte on Wednesday. But that's as expected. It's not going to be smooth sailing sorting out whatever this team is expecting to be this season. It comes from the top, plain and simple, you guys. If the top has a clear vision of where they want to go, then the rest will follow. The front office and Rick Carlisle need to figure out exactly what they want to do. They come up with a plan, they practice that plan, they should get exactly where they're trying to go. It's like that with everything in life. And that leads me in today's question. Can Tyrese Halliburton become that franchise player that Indiana needs him to be to stay from tanking?
I'ma go all the way up. They keep on calling my phone. They catching on to the buzz. I got it out of the mud.
And I already know I'm going to get a ton of comments about that you-know-who that doesn't belong in you-know-where, Indiana Pacers. And if I see that guy's name in the comments, automatic deletion, baby. It's like, no, I'm just kidding, you guys. Just go in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. And tomorrow, we'll be back better than ever with some more Indiana Pacers basketball. And like always, Pacers fans, I'll save y'all a seat, baby. Peace.